I'm guessing you guys have heard possibly of a TikTok family that's very controversial. They have gone viral. They have completely taken over my damn For You page on TikTok called the Resilient Jenkins. I meant to do this video yesterday. I was only able to upload one video yesterday because it literally was storming the entire day after I uploaded that video. I mean, lightning and thundering. It was crazy. I'm surprised I didn't lose power. And I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's actually very gray, windy, and it's raining right now currently. But I think it'll dwindle down. So here it is, because I'm finally doing this video. I've been wanting to do this for some days now, but more information has come out about this dysfunctional family on TikTok called, again, the Resilient Jenkins. So the Resilient Jenkins family, guys, it consists of, okay, first of all, they're located in Portland, Oregon, okay? You got a white woman who is currently pregnant, expecting their, again, it's a very multicultural, it's a blended family, right? But I believe she's married to the man, Jeremy Jenkins, I believe his name. I don't know the woman's name. Again, I think she's trying to, from the videos that I've seen a lot of her videos. I don't really hear them say her name, right? I'm gonna say the mother, right? Is a white woman. She's pregnant, expecting her and her husband's second child. Okay, to be biracial, her husband is a black man. They're living in Portland, Oregon. The problem is they're living in a one-bedroom apartment. Okay, and the couple, okay, mom and dad, the adults, they share the one bedroom. Okay, where the man has a PS5 hooked up. Okay, while the children, okay, they are literally sleeping in the living room / den area. Okay, they have like these makeshift beds. They don't even have like beds, like bunk beds or like a mattress. I'm looking at her videos. They literally, you can see that they have these kids sleeping on foam mattresses. Okay, it's just a big square rectangle of foam. Okay, with a blanket and a pillow thrown on it. And there's so many children and they're growing. Some of their beds is like right up by the door, which is like, again, that's a safety hazard. What if there's a fire that were to break out? How can you easily exit or enter, that point way of entry or exit, right? I believe she only has a one door leading in and out to the apartment, right? From what I've seen in the videos. So again, like, that's a hazard, and like a lot of people are saying, like, straight up, like, this family is trifling. And the reason why they're saying that, again, guys, she is pregnant again, and she claims she wants more children. Okay, it seems like she has a breeding fetish. They both do. They could have possibly a mixed child fetish. Again, I'm all for interracial marriage and coupling. I love it. The little pretty exotic mixed babies. Y'all like it. I love it. Do what you want to do, right? But it's like, be responsible. Again, I just did a video about this, like, not even 2 weeks ago, about how single motherhood and having children, period, it leads to what? Poverty. How can you as a man, how can you as a woman living in a one bedroom, you got your children sprinkled out outside in the den / living room area. They don't have their own beds, but you have the nerves to be pregnant again. You just want to keep impregnating this woman. They claim that he's a full-time door dasher and that he refuses to work a job, like a conventional job, unless it pays him $30 an hour. But again, see, I had to wait for some days for some information to come out. More information, I'm sure, is going to come out, right? I may or may not do an update on this video. He has several baby moms. Okay, this man, okay, so let me just give you the consistency of the family. It's the one white woman who's pregnant, her husband, Mr. Jenkins, okay, the black man. So she has two fully white daughters from a previous relationship or relationships. I'm not sure. He has a full black son from one previous relationship, okay, living in the house. And they had their biracial son that they share. So right now that makes them a family of, what, 5? But also it's another baby she has. I think she has a fully white son. And she's pregnant again with their fifth mixed child. Again, it's a very blended family, very unique, very modern type family, right? So Morty has come out like, okay, his baby moms, at least 1 to 2 of his baby moms are on TikTok putting him on blast, saying that he refuses to get a job. He claims that he only wants to get a job if it's paying at least $30 an hour. They said the truth is he's trying to work under the table because he doesn't want to pay child support. This man has abandoned other children. I believe they said he has 4 or 5 other children amongst other women, and he just has his one fully black son that he has living in the same home as him and his wife, Mrs. Jenkins, right? It's a mess. Like, his baby mama, I just saw the video before I did this. She stopped blasting him, saying, like, he doesn't pay child support. He doesn't even see his son that she has with him. She said that the last name Jenkins she's taking it off of her son. She's giving him her last name, which, it is what it is. She said that their son that she shares with this man is almost 12 years old. He hasn't been in his life since he was 2 years old. It's just a mess. Like, everybody's just coming out with the tea. They blasting them. And people were saying, like, I'm not surprised that this is a black man with this white woman living this struggle life, because I ain't gonna lie, a lot of black men advocate for poverty. A lot of black men out here, you listen to these podcasters, these relationship podcasters and gurus, okay, they swear up and down they self-made gurus. They themselves will say, like, women, especially black women, we need to just go 50-50. Tyler Perry saying, like, what's wrong with being with a man who can only pay a light bill? So again, let me get this right, gentlemen. If I'm a woman, okay, this is just straight foolishness. I should let a man impregnate me and be with a man who can't carry us financially. He can only cover the light bill. But okay, he's a good man, so you should just be with him, have 5 to 10 kids with him, and just live in poverty. Nonsense. Again, a lot of women, specifically black women, now you see it, Mrs. Jenkins, white women are falling for this nonsense. It's dysfunctional. No, guys, this is why I don't have any children. Okay, so I more than likely will never have children because my standards are too damn high, and also like children get on my nerves. Okay, but it's like, one, I understand that. See, if you don't read anything, you tend to not know anything. We need to make learning and education fun again. Okay, what's wrong with cracking open a book, ladies and gentlemen? Did you know that the number one indicator of poverty across this planet, it transcends cultures, continents, nationalities, and languages, is single motherhood. One is just motherhood, period, but single motherhood. As a single child-free woman right now, I'm doing okay, right, financially. If I were to have a child right now, specifically if I was not married, and specifically if I was married but the man is not a breadwinner, again, like a lot of people like to, claim women are evil, we're gold diggers. But this is why we tend to always just naturally want to date either across or up. We're we're hypergamous, right? Because we invest so much in a child. Again, if I'm pregnant, right, for 9 months, I could have a complicated pregnancy. It's not just childbirth. Pregnancy, it's in itself is very dangerous. Okay. What if I'm missing days at work? I can't, pay the bills because I'm missing days at work because I'm pregnant with your child. And if I were to say, hey, I want a man that can carry us financially while I'm pregnant during my childbirth, and I also want at least 3 to 6 months off to just, maternity leave, men nowadays will look at you like you're crazy. And it's like, that's not fair. And literally, again, logically, again, men are supposed to be the most logical gender according to them. What sense does it make? What rational, logical sense does it make for a woman to intentionally get knocked up by a man who is not financially stable, who is not financially mature, who is not financially ready to care for his woman and child? Again, it makes zero sense. But if you listen to a lot of these modern men today, again, I hate even saying these terms, but this is like podcast buzzwords: the modern man and the modern women and black men and black women. Ooh. If you listen to a lot of them, they are literally advocating for women to go against our nature and say, like, hey, even though he's broke, he's missing his side teeth, he got a pot belly, he's balding, he's like 55 plus, he's a good guy, right? He doesn't cheat. So, you should have, no, it doesn't work that way. Love is not enough. I always say this. Love is not enough. That's what nobody is telling you in these podcasts, guys. I'm going to tell you right now, okay? Now, I'm young. I don't know everything about love. When it comes to relationships and happiness, and like a marriage stability, listen, there is no romance without finance. Y'all can be mad about it, you can get glad about it. I'm gonna say it again. There cannot be any romance without finance. It costs money to be on birth control. It costs money for vasectomies. It costs money for pregnancy. Okay, it costs money just to buy a pregnancy test. How can you be with a man or a woman? Hell, women specifically. If you're a woman out there and you're listening to me right now, you should not be having unprotected sex with a man if you can't afford your own birth control. Okay, you can't afford a possible Plan B pills, termination abortion, i.e. abortion. Like, why? Why keep birthing children into poverty? Both men and women should be financially stable before they start having sex. That's my opinion. Y'all can come at me however you want. Again, I know I just went on a sidebar rant, but back to the resilient Jenkins family. Again, it's obvious that these people are crazy. This is a dysfunctional relationship. The reason I say that is the fact that she literally said out her own mouth that she wants to continue having more children, knowing she can only afford a 1-bedroom. Again, Portland, Oregon is one of those like hipster, millennial, like young cities where the average rent, like most places in America, has risen. Okay, I'm sure like it's for a 1-bedroom in Portland, Oregon, in an okay neighborhood, it's more than likely like 1,800 and up, or maybe 1,400 and up. I'm thinking of Florida and places that I've been in. Right? It's at least probably 1,400 and up. The fact that you got this man, again, you have a man, okay, who's refusing to work because, again, he got all these children. And it's like, it's pissing me off because it's common sense. Like, men will complain about child support, but again, you could have got a vasectomy. They're reversible, right? Most insurance, your health insurance through your job will cover it. You can get it reversed. You can go on and have more children. Why don't y'all take your destiny in your own hand instead of impregnating a bunch of women that you don't care about, you don't respect, you don't adore, you don't love, Why continue perpetuating dysfunction? I don't understand this. As human beings in this modern society, men and women, okay, it's both of us. It's not just the woman who should be on birth control. I think that's sexist, okay? Men and women can easily avoid unwanted pregnancies. But for whatever reason, not all, because again, like you said, I'm very responsible, okay? But for whatever reason, it's a segment of both the male and female population who will just, they let their lower instincts, okay, those sexual urges take over, and then it's a oops baby, and it's like, well, what we gonna do? He not working, he working possibly part time, but he refusing to pay her child support. She on her way to getting her license to be a cosmetologist. I've heard so many stories. It's like so many friends of mine, so many young men and women in my own family that are trapped because why? They refuse to have children in wedlock. Again, how can you have children with a man or a woman that you don't even care about, you don't even love, you don't even like? Matter of fact, you hate them. Like I can't imagine having a child, okay? I started an entire new bloodline with a man that, one, I'm not married to, and then two, we don't even get along. You know how much more difficult you're making your life? Again, obviously marriage is not foolproof. We see the divorce rates. But again, it's like that saying that I like to liken it to. Would you get into a car and say, like, well, what's the point of wearing a seatbelt? I could die anyway. But that seatbelt, okay, when you put that seatbelt over you in a car, when you're driving a car, it greatly reduces the impact and injuries and your death rate if you were to get into a vehicle accident. It's like the same thing with marriage. It literally safeguards, protects the man, the woman, and the child, specifically the children, who it seems like men and women just do not care about them. But nowadays, if you literally listen to these relationship podcasts, it's usually just about how the man can take advantage of the woman, how the woman can take advantage of the man, how they can reap benefits from each other, exploit, manipulate, and use and abuse each other. But it's like, what about these kids? Nobody's thinking about the children. And I hate this. Like, it kind of sounds corny, but it's real. Like, what about these children? What about black men and black women? They constantly go on to war with each other about what she deserved and what he deserved, and I want a submissive woman. What about what the hell these children need? These children need married mothers and fathers. They need stable homes, stability. All this baby mama drama stuff and co-parenting. To me, I can't stand that co-parenting mess. There's no such thing as co-parenting. Listen, 10 times out of 10, when you have a man and a woman that are co-parenting, specifically if they black, the woman literally has a child in her home, raising it on her own, raising her or him on her own, sorry, not it, on her own, for like 10 plus months of the year. The father might come around specifically on the weekends, the holidays, maybe the summertime when school is out to do the fun stuff. That's it. That's not co-parenting. Co-parenting is, to me, 6 months this child is under your care. Okay, you're going to feed, clothe, house, educate. Okay, you're going to sit down and do the geometry homework with them for 6 months out of the year, and then the other parent gets the other 6 months out of the year. We don't do that, but we call it co-parenting when the man literally, he just is there to take them to Disneyland 2 weeks out of the summer, and then like the mom has all the responsibilities. Dysfunction. Again, I don't like how we've, in a way, we've kind of like fetishized dysfunctional relationships and toxicity. And this whole baby mama and baby daddy culture is disgusting, and it needs to stop. Okay, now you see the Jenkins family. This woman has, again, they both have children from previous relationships. For whatever reason, they didn't work out. I'm not sure. I know for sure this man has not been married to any of his baby mothers prior to meeting this woman. Okay, and his partners, his previous partners, his past baby moms who he has other children with, they are all on TikTok now blasting this man. And something tells me it won't be long before the woman, this white woman, her previous partners, relationships, whoever she got them kids with, they probably gonna get on TikTok soon enough and put her on blast. Guys, this is not good. Okay, it's not cute. It's not. Listen to me. It's not okay to have children in poverty. Why are you pregnant again, living in a one-bedroom home, one-bedroom apartment? You got these kids outside, not even on beds. You can't even afford beds for them to sleep in. But you got the nerves to be pregnant again. Dysfunction.